Hello and welcome. You're listening to the 5th best podcast in the world. On today's show, we're delving into growing up. Everything from earliest memories to walking into lampposts. No, it's too loud. The fuck? Try again. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the 5th best... Hello and welcome. You're listening to the 5th best podcast in the world. On today's show, we're delving into growing up. Everything from earliest memories to walking into lampposts when drunk. To talk about these various topics and more, we have Callum Riley, a tall man, Joe Butler, an increasingly bold man, and Alisha Burko, a Yorkshire woman. So, I'm going to start talking about, what was it like growing up? So, Callum, tell me, what was your earliest memory?
Earliest?
Of life?
I remember, weird enough, I remember being in Woolworths. Weird enough, that's my earliest.
Woolworths, yeah. Man, what a place.
I remember just being in Woolworths and picking out, I think it was a video. I don't think we had DVDs at that point.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that always sticks in my head as the earliest thing. I don't know why.
Do you remember Woolworths Cafe?
Did they have a cafe?
Yeah, they had a cafe.
What?
Oh, it was
Woolworths Cafe?
Yeah, there was a cafe. It was dirt cheap. I used to go there with my grandma all the time.
I remember the Pick a Mix.
You Pick a Mix.
That was...
Yeah, I swear Woolworths was supposed to be Pick a Mix and DVDs, not
there was a cafe in the one where Plymouth where I lived.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember the Pick a Mix.
I was gutted when they closed.
I know, it was a... Remember it was TJ Hughes. Do you remember TJ Hughes? That was
Yeah, that's not sort of my shop though. That was never my thing.
I remember TJ Maxx. Are they related?
Yeah, they're still
TJ
going.
Hughes.
TJ Maxx is still going.
Yeah.
You get shite in
Well,
that
HMV's
place.
not going to be around for much longer, I don't think.
That's a shame. That is a real
I don't think
shame.
we'll start this podcast talking about business. And,
What?
I don't think we'll start by talking about business and Woolworths and TK Maxx.
I love
She
it,
just
though.
said it's about growing up and now we're already
We're in
we're on
Woolworths.
supermarkets. And
Well, you started it. All right, Joe, what's your earliest memory of life?
earliest memory. Well, I remember when I was a little kid, I remember my first Christmas, I got a little orange bike. You know the ones you used to, you can charge up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's battery powered. I got one of them for Christmas. I had it for 3 years, and then it broke because it fell off a building I was living in. I used to live on top of pubs.
In a house, not on the roof, right?
Yeah, not just chilling on the roof.
No, yeah.
Sort of.
Obviously, because when you live in a pub, you're on the raised bit, so you're not on the floor. You're
Yeah.
literally upstairs. So it kind of fell off the landing bit, and it broke. And luckily, it didn't hurt anyone. But
Yeah, it probably could have
first
killed someone.
memory is that bike.
What was
so.
it like growing up in pubs? Because I can't imagine living above a pub
Yeah.
when I'm
It was
3.
it was all right. When I got older, I got more scared of it because robbers and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Drunk people scared me.
Yeah, especially
tell you.
when I was a kid.
because the alarms are so efficient, when there's flies and spiders around, the alarm goes off.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's countless nights where the alarm's going off 20 times a night, and you're like, oh no, someone's downstairs, but it's just some flea or something.
Some flea.
Yeah.
But
intrusive
it's
fly.
not nice, But
No, I can imagine. That's horrible. Well, my first memory, I probably think it was because I used to live down south, near the beach, and I used to go with my granddad. We used to go all the summertime, and my granddad's no longer with us. But I remember him teaching me how to walk on the beach, and I used to love chips. I still do, but obsessed. There was this one time all my family went to St Ives, which is a place in Cornwall. And the whole train ride there, I was crying. And, I think they were ready to, throw me off the train. I was, being that annoying. Literally plonked me on the beach, gave me a bag of chips, and I was fine. But I just, I remember that with a bucket and spade. And I remember being wobbly on my feet. Because I was, quite a late walker. I talked before I walked. I used to, bum shuffle.
See, both of your memories are quite... there's something there. You've almost killed someone.
Yeah.
You're on the beach. I'm just in Woolworths trying to pick out a
Still
film.
Woolworths.
That's where my life was, just Woolworths.
Yeah. But how old were you guys, though, when you first remember something?
I was, I'd say, 4.
I think about 4.
Yeah.
For me.
I feel they're, your earliest memories,
Anything
aren't they?
But before that, nothing.
No,
Yeah.
no, not really. I can remember my uncle tombstoning me and doing wrestling moves, fake ones, not obviously slamming me to the ground.
Yeah.
But that was maybe around that time. I don't know if it was before or after, but I kind of remember that too.
When you were 4.
He was tombstoning when you were 4.
It's probably the older, to be
I was
honest.
gonna
It's
say,
gonna
that
be
is a
around
bad
the 6
uncle.
area, I'd
Yeah,
say.
don't the police on us there.
Yeah.
What was like? Do you remember your first days at primary school? I remember mine so well.
What's yours?
So, because I used to live, like, where I lived, I was, like, literally, like, 2 minutes up the road from my school. So my mum walked me up, because I remember I came home for lunch, and I was coming back in my brand new uniform. We had to walk under, like, this tunnel, and this pigeon shat on my brand new jumper, and my mum was fuming. Yeah, I remember because I was the only person in my class who went home for lunch, because I lived, like, so close, and it was like, like...
At least you got to go home with bird riddled.
Yeah, with bird poo.
Quite a sad story, really, that is.
But I remember school. I've been to like quite a few, because I moved around a lot. I've been to quite a few different schools. So my first primary school in Plymouth, I remember that. That was fun. Do you guys remember your first day at school?
I don't remember my first day. I remember playing with dinosaurs. There was like this, I can't remember what it was, but like this big room full of like toys, and there's a massive box of like plastic dinosaurs. And at the moment, at that part, I was like obsessed with Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
So like that was heaven for me. That's pretty much all I remember. I remember trying to steal dinosaurs as well.
Steal dinosaurs? What, from like shops?
No, from the school. From the school. I'm not in Woolworths again. No. But that's for some reason that's my earliest memory of school. I don't know why.
Yeah, mine. Because I've moved around a lot in my life, because my parents actually run pubs, so we were moving about a lot. My first primary school, I just remember a really mean teacher that I could not stand. She drove like a really nice car as well. She like proper stuck it in the kids' faces that, you know, she's posh and she, worst teacher ever.
Oh, there's always one, isn't there?
Yeah. I can't remember anything of note about her. Just that sticks in my head, that woman.
Do you
in my life.
Do you remember like when you were in like reception, you used to do nativity plays? Do you remember your first nativity play and remember what character you played?
Yeah, I was a tree.
You were a tree?
Yeah, I was a tree, yeah. Yeah, but funny enough, I was a tree the first time, and then I was the main character. I was like Joseph.
Oh, wow.
I was
so you went from rags to riches.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's pretty good.
I was a king. It was so funny because like the kings had to walk really slowly, like from like one stage like the other to go give the stuff to Jesus, and instead I walked really fast, like because I was like proper nervous, and like I could just hear like my mum like apparently was just in tears on the floor, like because it was so funny. But I used to love like acting as like when I was really like in primary school. I was obsessed.
Acting as a kid, though, I think it's a lot easier because you don't have that nervousness about it, do you? You just get on.
It's kind of like no one really cares if you're rubbish.
Yeah. Do you remember your first?
I was a shepherd.
A shepherd. That's a strong role.
Yeah. It was a key to the whole story.
It really
in my
is.
opinion. Yeah. But like, I remember being so nervous because obviously your parents come, don't you?
Yeah.
As soon as you rehearse it, it's all good. But then as soon as you see your mum or someone staring at you,
crumble, don't you?
Yeah, you crumble under the pressure.
It's horrible. No, I remember. Yeah, and like the next year we did like this weird one. I was Mother Christmas, and I got really excited about my role, and I was like, because I had like this Santa dress on, and I was dancing around on the stage, and my knickers, like I've put my dress on my knick. Everyone saw my knickers.
Oh, wow.
I think my mum was incredibly embarrassed. I really got into that role.
I'm sure the kids enjoyed that as well.
Of course.
I remember doing Romeo and Juliet. I wasn't any of the two.
How old were you? Romeo and Juliet?
Like 8 or 9.
That's a strange.
Yeah.
For an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I don't think there was like any like nudity or anything, obviously, but like it was just a normal play. But I remember being there was like the two families, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember being one of the families, and you had to like fight on stage, pretend obviously, but it got quite aggressive. I remember.
Like scrap on stage.
Yeah, like shoes flying everywhere. It was quite fun. I don't know why I remember that.
I would remember that.
Fighting on stage.
Did you get injured?
No, it wasn't that aggressive. It wasn't bloodshed or anything. But yeah, I just remember because plays are just they're kind of distinctive for some reason because they're just very weird. Because obviously none of us act.
No, but you used to think you were like the best back in the day, didn't you? But like in your parents' with like videos or pictures.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, wow, did I actually used to do that? But they were fun, you used to like skip like if you had to skip lessons to rehearse and stuff. But
How did the casting process go about them for sort of things? Do you have to put yourself forward?
I don't think you audition.
You don't audition
process.
No.
Boot camp.
I remember in my primary school there was these two this boy and this girl who used to be like always picked for the main parts. They were like, oh, I'm really good at drama, and they used to get all the main, one of them. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember. I think you just kind of, if you were a bit more confident, you got like speaking roles. Because I always used to get like, as I went further up in primary school, I used to get like narrator roles because I had like a good voice. But I never used to get like the roles when I was just always the bloody narrator, and I was like. Oh.
Yeah, you want to be the main star.
The main guy.
You were the main star in Nativity, you said, didn't you?
Well,
second time around.
It's Joseph. a main star. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like he's the dad.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the dad.
But
I really actually enjoyed that one. It was really good. It's better than being a tree, that's for sure. I only had one scene when I was a tree.
One scene?
Yeah.
I'm sure the trees are there
straight
for a
in,
while.
straight out.
But do you think you got cast as Joseph because you were called Joseph?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's a bit,
yeah.
It's a bit of a kick in the teeth.
It is, but, I enjoyed it. It was good.
You play that role very well.
Had a lot of lines, so.
Do you remember, like primary school discos?
Oh,
End
they
of the
were.
term? They were iconic, weren't they?
I'd love to go back to them. Not to see loads of kids, but to everyone to go back to them.
Did you have the fire shirt? Did one of you?
I didn't have that. I know a few friends who did.
Did you have the fire shirt?
bet
I
you
don't
did.
think I've ever actually been to a primary school.
Oh, you missed. They were
They were
iconic.
my childhood, to be honest.
Literally, like the end of like every term, like in the school hall, DJ come in, all lads have their hair gelled up, the girls in bloody, I don't even know, groovy chick stuff. You used to get off your heads on like fizzy drinks and stuff.
Like a table full of sandwiches.
Yeah, but that one guy that skids across the floor.
Oh, that was like 10 or
too many
15
drinks.
guys.
Yeah, thinking he's like the next break dancer. Oh no, they were great. And then
Cha-Cha
like,
Slide will hit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's a good tune, that is.
Joseph, why did you never go to your school discos? You were very
It's
unprivileged.
because I think my school was quite a small one. It was because we lived in like a weird village. It was really small and compact, so it wasn't, it's not something that's got a lot of money or anything. So it's kind of just is what it was. I might have been, but I can't remember if I did or not.
Oh,
You would remember them.
Yeah, they were iconic.
Yeah, we had a massive school hall as well, so we probably could have.
Yeah, it was always in the school hall.
That was just all used to sing hymns and stuff like that,
Oh, I hated singing hymns.
Got the whole world in his hands.
That was a banger.
That was a
That was an
banger.
anthem. But
It was decent.
Keep me burning to the
Oh,
break,
yeah.
sing. And there was always like one kid that went to go sing, like proper belting it out.
my school wasn't that religious, but it just shoved it down your throat at times.
Yeah.
Religion. And I was like,
Yeah.
do I believe? I don't know.
Yeah, you used to have to like do a prayer, and you just like, I don't know. Do you think it's right that they kind of like infringed like that? Because I'm guessing you went to a Church of England school. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how it is. If it's too forced, like they're buying your crosses and you gotta go that way. But I mean, my school, I remember one of the hymns was a Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
What?
It's not a hymn, is
It's not a hymn, but it was on like the hymn. It was
rock
I think it was
ballad.
called like "Throw Away Your Television" or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it was because they're doing this whole like campaign to stop watching TV and get active and everything.
Oh, okay.
So instead of sitting
a
like
bit of
whole world in
RCP
your
on.
hand, it was like like the old projectors used to have.
Yeah.
There was like massive lyrics on the screen, and we all had to like sing it as like a hymn.
Oh, I missed the projectors. It was that honour to be able to do
Yeah.
the sheet on the projectors.
Well, we used to do
Yeah.
like dances, like proper dance routines.
What kind of
For the hymns?
The hymns.
Yeah, like Keep On Moving by Five.
Yeah.
That was one of the like dance moves. Like they
Okay.
show you like loads of people dancing to it, and the Cha-Cha Slide as well. Like you just imitate what they're doing.
You sure this wasn't one of the discos that you didn't go to?
Yeah.
Maybe that was our alternative. yeah.
Well, you
dancing hymns.
just dancing in assemblies.
Yeah. Well, it was like the morning thing to get everyone going. Like morning, guys.
Oh, fair
Get
enough.
everyone on your feet.
Yeah. Everyone on your feet.
Yeah.
You just woke up. Just go for it.
Oh.
Thing is, though, like you think about it, we used to think school was so tiring, but compared to like now, it was a breeze, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't know how I did 5 days a week. Like,
Oh, what a shift. Yeah.
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 Proper.
and
8
just,
in the morning.
like, I can barely do 3 days now.
Literally, like we were just. I do miss school. I think you take it for granted.
It's really easy thinking about how much you
Definitely
didn't
take
have
it
to
for
do,
granted.
really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first day of high school?
Yeah, I think so. I remember my mum being like really OTT, like taking loads of
Same.
pictures and
Same.
me in my uniform. But we had like
Yeah.
well, you went to the same store as me, but we had like a proper bottle green like blazer.
Oh.
So it was just
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
took
had-
a
It
lot
was
to
not
get
nice.
used to.
It was not nice.
No, yeah, because I'd not long moved to the area when I went to my high school, and we had to wear like blazers as well. But I remember my first day because there was like this tunnel between the two buildings in our school, and there was like a step down from one of them. I just went face planted right in front of all like the scary year 11s. I never
Started you mean
lived-
school.
Nice.
Yeah, never lived
Yeah.
it
What a way
down.
to start that is.
Never ever lived it down.
Did you have clip-on ties or normal ties?
I had clip-on ties. We
No,
were
lovely.
like the year or like 2 before they got rid of them.
See, I thought I learned how to tie a tie.
I
from
see. I
school.
don't know. I don't know how to tie a tie. I don't. I've no idea.
You'd spend loads of time doing your tie in the morning, and then some little kid would just yank it.
Oh, that would just be so annoying.
Oh, God, it's shocking.
That's when it used to OT2 and just like run away with it as well.
Yeah.
So it'll just be a knot.
You
You
get
can't even do it.
strangled by your tie.
Wow. That's why they got rid of them, wasn't it? So people
Yeah.
didn't get strangled.
That's probably. I also think it was just because people kept wearing them like halfway down the chest.
Yeah,
A chain.
No, to this day I do not know how to do a tie. So if like my boyfriend's like, you do your tie, I'm like, no, I can't because I don't know how to do it myself. Which I think is quite bad.
I've not worn a tie in years.
Really?
Don't plan to either. Not unless it's not a necessity, are they? Apart from if you go for
I love to work somewhere where you have to wear a tie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for a few weeks and
Yeah.
I get bored of it, but
Yeah. No, I remember our uniform because I remember like when you were in year 7, 8, you had to wear grey pants, and then when you got to year 9, you could wear black, and that was like the big thing. But like I remember going into year 9, and like that's when I first started using makeup. And well, I mean, from a female's point of view, you used to have really thin cut eyebrows and like foundation around your lips, and we thought we looked great. So what were like the proper fashion things like boys in like that kind of age?
it's just gel. I think when you discover
a lot of gel.
like too much gel to the point where
Yeah.
it's like you're shining.
Yeah, it was just a lot of gel and posing and.
I don't remember posing.
No, do you remember like the old tongue phase where people used to like stick the tongue out like. Every
Yeah, I know what
photo
you
was
mean.
like it's still sort of there,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
kind of died down a
Yeah.
little bit.
It's more you do that when you're drunk now. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
I remember like my hairstyle throughout school was just shaved.
Really?
yeah, just
I
like-
can't imagine you with like shaved hair now.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't do it again.
Oh
But it was just because I
God.
can't be bothered to do anything else. So I was just like,
Yeah.
shave it off, wait for it to grow, and then shave it
I
again.
had a Mohican for a while.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Full on Mohican.
Didn't you have like
proper?
different colour hair at one point, or was that
No,
you?
I've always been
No,
a
I've
blondie.
never-
Always been a
I've
blondie.
never gel.
You
not
never
gelled,
dyed
my hair.
never dyed your hair. Well, I didn't either.
I was be scared to come into school the next morning with different hair colour.
You probably get told off.
I was always
To be
be scared
fair.
when you had your hair cut and you have to go into school the next day.
Yeah.
Like, I was always scared because everyone was always
Yeah.
looking at you like, oh, look at him,
Yeah.
look at him with his new hair.
Yeah, you just get judged so badly in school. Like, it's like, did you two, were you like friends throughout high school?
you came to my school like year eight.
Yeah. It's probably till about to year 9.
Yeah,
Year
I remember your first day though, because you.
Yeah, my
Tell
first
it.
day.
Tell me about your first day at
So,
primary school.
this is shocking. So, I started with this girl, and for some reason, my form was in a mobile home.
Oh yeah, we had this like.
I hated
yeah.
them.
Yeah, so for some reason, that was our point of call every day. You had to stand outside, wait for the teacher to come. You know, it's freezing cold. Come on.
Yeah.
So my first day, I started with this girl who came from somewhere else, so I didn't know her anyway. She got introduced first. I was standing outside, so she got like led in. She was like, "Oh, cool, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm all right." And then I walk in and start bawling my eyes out, like I'm proper crying, like because I've moved quite a long way from where I was, so I didn't know anyone. Obviously, they've had a year to get to know each other. So yeah, I walk in, bawling my eyes out, and people remind me of every day, pretty much.
What made you levitate to what? Did you feel sorry for him?
I remember you. Because I think your first lesson, the first lesson with me anyway, was like English or something.
Yes,
And we
yes,
had-
it was.
In like a little gang, shall we say. There was someone that left our class before you, and you sat
Yeah.
next to the person who was usually there before. So you kind of just was forced upon us.
You wormed your
really.
way in.
Yeah. And then you just played football with us all. And football was the thing that brought everyone together.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
It
Good
was,
times.
it was worse for the girls because we'd sit, kind of like year 9 was kind of where you're thinking, I start fancying boys, and you kind of like
Yeah.
sit at the side of the football pitch, and then you'd get hit in the face with the football. You'd be like, ah.
Although I used to normally, like, girls would sit next to the goal, like near the posts, and then complain that the ball comes
Yeah.
towards them. I was like,
Yeah, we used to.
You're sat
I
in the
don't know
danger
why.
zone.
I think we just kind of
The
wanted to
danger
look
zone.
good. I think like
Edgy.
Yeah, wanted to look edgy and like we're part with the lads and they'll notice us and they'll fancy us. I think that's, if we're looking back at it, it's probably the kind of mindset that we had back then. Do you remember like your first kind of girlfriends, like when you first thought, oh, girls attractive, not just weirdos?
Yeah. Well,
I can't remember when I first discovered girls.
We've always been there, Callum. We've always been there.
my first girlfriend, I think, was in like year 2.
Oh,
Yeah, probably
yeah.
same.
But
I wouldn't
I
say
say
as a-
girlfriend. It was just someone that I like more than others. It was nothing special. That ended in a
Tatters.
couple of weeks.
Heartbreak.
If that, yeah.
You're over it now.
Yeah. Well, mind you, she did message me about a couple of years ago, asking
okay.
if I wanted to rekindle.
Oh,
She lives miles away. I didn't even know it was until she told me. Yeah. Just
Love at
weird.
first
Small
sight
world.
back
Small
in year
world.
2.
Yeah.
I think I did the same thing though. I say a girlfriend, just like you said, a girl that was a bit more light towards the
Yeah.
other one. I remember us. I was obsessed with films growing up, still am. But I remember being a massive Harry Potter fan, and this girl was also a massive Harry Potter fan, and we used to like pretty much act out scenes on the yard.
Oh, that's
Well,
quite
like spells.
No, it's
That's
not.
quite
Wasn't that bizarre?
A duel.
Yeah,
There's a standoff in the middle of the playground.
everyone stand back. Here we go. No,
Expelliarmus.
I remember doing that though for
What was my?
downhill since then.
It was weird though because it was like I'm gonna get a bit deep now.
Oh, here we go.
Oh god.
Like, because my primary school, I was the only like black girl in my school, and it
Yeah.
was kind of like everyone else like blonde, straight hair, and I'm there with my frizzy hair, looking a bit out of place. So I didn't actually have like my first boyfriend. I was maybe like year 5, but I remember because you remember you used to be like really scared to ask them, like you have to ask your mate to ask you, that's them to ask you out.
Oh, yeah.
All that
And like
nonsense.
it went as far as we used to hold hands in the playground, and that's about it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a big deal back in
Yeah.
the day, though. That
Hood
was.
before you go, and hood in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Do you remember your first like proper kiss?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, go on,
Oh,
tell
here we
me.
go.
It was scheduled. Mine was.
Scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was at my at the time girlfriend's house.
How old are you?
Oh, God, 11 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 11. So I just go, oh, do you want to go for a walk?
Oh, smooth.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, sure. But obviously her parents are in, so it's going to look weird if we're just going to shoot out the house. So she's like, oh, let's go for a walk. But then it was weird. We sat down on a bench, and she's like, so what's the plan?
Oh, God.
And I goes, oh, well, actually, I brought you out here because
I brought you out this evening.
Yeah, I brought you with me today. So I was like, so do you want to kiss? And she's like, okay. But it was kind of just, it was bad. It wasn't slow or anything. It just happened. It was just a little peck, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, that was fun. Let's go back now. So it was a short walk down the road and a short walk back.
At least you got what you.
But it was my first.
yeah.
It meant a lot. It was,
I think your first kiss does though, doesn't it?
I don't really remember mine. I remember it was like a dare. So, like everyone was
Same.
like in
Mine
a
was
circle,
a dare.
and there was like
Mine was a dare.
a day to
Okay.
go on.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
on a trampoline in one of my friend's back gardens, and then we got dared to kiss. But I remember like your first kiss is always just like proper kiss. It's disgusting. Like it just literally.
Just a lot of mouth.
Yeah, there's a lot of mouth. There's a lot of tongue. Like because they don't know what they're doing.
Just
and
inexperience.
It's horrible. Yeah, I think I was in like year 8. I think when I did it. Yeah, but mine was a dare, and I was like, oh look at me, I've kissed a boy.
I think it was all like friends trying to all get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Like no one's
Yeah.
kissed anyone, so like let's all kiss each other.
Oh. Do you remember like kind of like because going through puberty is like that kind of point where you realise I'm a man, or like do you know what I mean? Like do you remember that kind of like I used to look really funny when like guys are coming to school and you could tell their voices were dropping because sometimes it'd be really high and then
My
sometimes
voice
it'd be
didn't
really
break
low.
for ages.
Really.
Like I'm pretty certain I went through
Yeah.
puberty, but like it just never broke. Puberty, yeah. It just never broke, and I was just like, why?
Sometimes I kind of feel like mine still hasn't. Sometimes.
Well, it has.
Well, it has, yeah. But I mean,
I'd like
I just
to hope so. At 23
I
years
just
old.
feel like I'm quite a high-pitched person.
You've not got the lowest voice, but I'd definitely say
I don't want a low voice.
no.
Too low is just a bit weird.
Yours
for me.
is quite low, but not like really low.
No, yeah, mine can go very high still. I think I'm pretty sure I'm still going
Sometimes
through.
you say some sentences and it just.
So when you're drunk, your voice goes
Yeah.
high. Like when you start laughing.
I don't know. I think I just don't speak a lot, so when I do, my voice is like, oh,
Yeah.
what's this?
What's going on here?
Yeah.
And gets a bit scared.
So do you remember like kind of thinking like felt your body like changing? Because I know as a girl, like I definitely did.
Yeah,
Like-
but it's more obviously noticeable for a girl.
Yeah, I remember when I first like started sprouting breasts. That was weird. Like my mum. I'm going a bit personal now. Oh well, this is a pointless podcast.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like because it's weird because it just one day they just kind of appear, and I said to my mum, I was like, I've got like this little like thing on my boob, and she like got really worried and took me to the doctors, like 'cause she thought it was like a lump on like my chest. She was like
Yeah.
and then they were like, no, she's just starting to sprout boobs. My mum was like, oh, she got really like upset. She got very emotional. It was like when I first started my period as well. Oh, that was the worst. I was in PE in year 7. I went to the loo, looked down, I was like, oh, great.
Oh no.
I had to put like shoved tissue down there, and I came home, I was like, Mum, And then she cried at that as well. My mum cried a lot when I was like going through
Glad we
puberty.
don't have any issues.
Yeah, we don't
Honestly,
really
you're
have that.
so lucky. It was like the worst. But yeah,
I just remember like the voice breaking was the signal for everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe facial hair, but
you were how old when you start growing facial hair?
I don't think I
Well,
still,
you still got a bit of bum fluff.
it's
haven't
still
you?
a bit pretty shit to now. But
Yeah.
I remember everyone used to have a moustache though for ages. Like a little, like
that
Yeah.
little moustache, yeah.
everyone used to have that. Like the older years used to have that,
Yeah.
and no one knew how to shave, and just thought, oh,
Yeah.
I look good with
Yeah.
this, and
Yeah.
they actually look more like.
How did you like teach yourself how to shave? Or did you like your dad or do it?
I taught my I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, there's a razor there. Cut up, let's scrape my face. But yeah, I kind of just taught myself. Maybe I did it wrong, I don't know.
I've never used a razor before, so mine was just one of them handhold things. You know,
Oh,
you just,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just dead
yeah.
easy. Like, yeah, like, straight away I got the hang of it. So,
Yeah.
um,
Now you've got a lovely lock of facial hair.
thank you, Alisha.
It's okay. So like, do you remember kind of growing up full school? Do you remember like getting into like fights? You know, remember there was always like that big the year 11 used to have those massive fights and like
Everyone used to crowd round.
round.
Yeah.
Even the teachers sometimes would just sit and watch.
Egging them on, like, go on, lad.
Were you ever involved in those fights?
I wasn't. I was quite a clean person. I was always the guy standing watching.
Yeah,
I was the first in line for that. But
of course.
I don't think I was ever. I remember you getting into a fight.
Oh.
Did you?
Year 7, year 9, I was hell. I was hell on earth.
You were a bit of a.
Yeah, I was.
Prick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not good. But yeah, I got one. Well, I had 3 in year 7.
Jesus.
One was pretty bad. But in year 8, I had this scrap with this guy. Well, I had pretty much a broken nose, and he was just pouring blood from his face. But
I remember this one.
It ended up just shaking hands at the end.
That was weird because they used to have like scheduled fights as well.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
these two people won't get along, want to fight, but then they'll spend class together for the rest of the day, be civil with each other, and
Yeah.
then at the end, as soon as the bell hits,
Yeah, that's it.
literally the bell hits.
Yeah.
The blazer comes up.
The blaze comes out, it's on the floor,
Yeah.
someone's holding it, and then
Yeah.
bang.
Someone get a ref in here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, sometimes you used to have like fights with like the opposite, like the other school around the area. Like you used to hate anyone that wasn't from your school. Automatically, you used to hate them.
I don't know why everyone was so like territorial about
I know,
that.
because we had like it was our school. We had like one down the road. Which, to be fair, looking back, it was a pretty rough school. But they'd claim once they would have come with knives and this, but they never did. But yeah, like you used to always have that rivalry with that other school.
Yeah, in year 7, I went to a different high school, so I was in my first high school in year 7, and then I moved over to Callum's high school. The first high school I went to, it was like a rugby high school, so it was very big butch guys in year 7 playing rugby and football.
6'6" guy.
Yeah,
six foot
jacked,
11-year-old.
So there's always fights kicking off every lunchtime, out of nowhere, scheduled ones. It's just it's like the Royal Rumble at times. It was not good, but yeah, the one after that was fine. I mean, I had a few fights with some of Callum's mates. Just
Thing is, they're all like friendly fights, so they weren't like
yeah,
they were like proper hits. Like you've tried to destroy each other, but at the end of it, it'll literally just be a shake hands. How you doing? And then that's about it.
yeah.
Yeah, girls are we did used to have like spats. I think probably the worst one I had was this one time. It was we just after we got our cervical cancer jabs, and this girl really wound me up, so I punched her in her cervical cancer where she had the jab done. But yeah, I never used to like pull hair and stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen a
No.
There wasn't at our school. Well, there probably was, but
It was just a lot of shouting, wasn't it?
Yeah, we
really?
just used to
Yeah.
shout and occasional pull hair or slap across the face.
like throw the pencil case or something.
Yeah,
It's mostly girls versus boys when they like fall out or something over a relationship.
Yeah.
That was
The relationship. He's cheated on me.
Oh yeah, she'd storm out. No, thankfully I never had that. But no, do you remember like your first like proper girlfriends?
Yeah, mine was a bit later though.
Was it?
Yeah, I know. I remember yours in school.
go on.
I'm not gonna name names.
News
Well, I
to
don't
me.
think it was your first, but I remember one of your girls.
One of
It
your
was like-
girl, many
Oh
conquests.
yeah, I've got it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was chasing this girl for 2
Physically chasing her, like running.
At one point, I'm pretty certain.
Come on now.
Round like a bench. I swear you were.
Yeah. So yeah,
Come here.
she was going out with this guy, and I couldn't stand this guy. I really could not stand this guy. So I was chasing her for like honestly about 2 years.
Wow, dedication.
Yeah, and she was having none of it. I mean, I used to dance on MSN to her sometimes.
Oh God.
That is.
It was bad, but
is
yeah, she was
tragic.
into it, but she was just not into me. So she was into the dancing now.
Oh,
So anyway, yeah. So 2 years come by. They've been through all sorts of stuff, and then we actually ended up going out.
Wow.
Uh,
You wore her down.
Wore it down. It only
You got the
lasted.
girl.
It lasted a year after that.
Wow.
that's not bad in high school
How old
time.
were you at that point?
13. maybe
13. So you didn't get her till you were 15?
No. That's when I got with her. So it's
Oh,
from
okay,
like
right.
it's from like 11 to.
See, I was
I
was
think,
late.
anyway.
For
I
my
was very
first
late.
proper boyfriend, I was 15.
Mm.
Like, proper, boyfriend. I remember mine very
You
well.
mentioned MSN. That was
Oh,
like
that was
my childhood.
That was the Facebook of today, wasn't it,
Oh,
really?
And Bebo.
So much.
Bebo. That's actually, like, gone now, isn't it, Bebo?
Yeah, I
It's
think
no
so.
longer a thing anymore.
But I don't know, like MSN though. I don't know what it was about. What about it? It was
Everyone was on it.
It was
Yeah.
insane.
If your name wasn't in the bio, there'd be a kick-off straight away.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute
It
kick-off.
was like BBM when that hit.
BBM was a bit later though, wasn't it?
Mm.
Like kind of towards the end of high school for me.
I miss BlackBerry. It's so much easier to type
It
because you
was,
had a
wasn't it?
keyboard.
I know.
I mean, it's still going, but I just wouldn't have one
Yeah,
now.
no, I think they've got
Yeah, I
the
think
touch
they've
screen.
stopped now. I think BlackBerry.
They were touch screens for a bit, but I've not seen one
BBM's
around.
just died.
Do you remember the BBM app?
Oh
There
yeah,
was
when
an
it
app.
went to like iPhones and everything.
I did have the app for a while, but I didn't really use it.
People got it for like the first month, and it's like it's like
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. It just died.
disappeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, MSN. Oh, I had some fights on MSN. Oh my god! If I wasn't in someone's bio, I'd be kicking off. And if someone used to like nudge and knock on the screen,
Yeah.
that was weird.
Remember when? Do you remember when they had the first proper phone?
Yeah, I remember mine. Mine was a
Oh, yeah.
Nokia brick.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Snake
yeah,
on it.
Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a bit of
Space.
snake on it.
What's it called?
Absolutely.
Space. Was that the
Space-
Chris?
Space Raiders. That's the Chris,
That's
mate.
the Chris.
Yeah.
Chris- Space Invaders. I think.
Yeah,
was the one,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I think because I got my first phone when I was in like year 7. Literally, mum was like, right, when I'm walking to and from school.
Yeah, that was the reason I
Only
got
literally,
mine.
'cause you didn't have internet on it. If you
Yeah.
remember, you used to press the internet. You're like, no, don't go on
Yeah.
the internet. 'Cause it like cost like
Took, like,
20p.
20 minutes to load as well.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I remember. my
Them
first
old
phone.
phones are still the most reliable, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
you can
Unbelievable.
throw them
Yeah.
anywhere, and then they'll last as well. Like
Yeah.
a week
Yeah.
battery.
Well, when you go to festivals now, you take those kind of phones with you because you don't have chargers, and they last you days without having to charge them.
I'm kind of glad though that I've lived in a world where phones aren't as dependable, like for the first half.
we
and
were like
then-
probably that last generation, weren't we?
Because now people, they'll probably get phones when they're like, what, 7?
Yeah, well, my
Yeah.
my
And
little
it's like a
sister's
must,
8,
innit,
she's got a
nowadays?
phone.
It's like meeting people like to go out.
Oh, I used
Without
to
a phone,
love going out.
Like I would not be able to do that.
No, you used to be like, right, I'll call on you at 6
Yeah.
or whatever.
As I said, meet at 6, and without a phone, I would go there, and if I'm running late,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that person know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love like going out. I used to go on your bikes and play down the park. Like before you used to
For free as well.
For free?
Yeah.
For free.
No money spent doing that.
Literally, like summers, like when it was really late. But remember, like you're like, oh, you got to be in for 5 to 10. You're like, shit, and you have to like run back unless your mum would like have a go at you.
Remember people used to walk up and knock on your door, call for
Yeah,
you.
and that was
Yeah.
acceptable these days.
I know. I would
just couldn't
never do that.
now.
If someone just walked at my door and just like, I was to see if he's in, I'd be like, no.
No.
Yeah.
Message me about 3 hours before and see if I'm actually coming out.
Oh, I miss it though. Like we used to have like a woods near us. We used to go on this tree swing, and I used to get like covered in like get wet and covered in mud, and you just didn't care, did you?
I used to do that. We used to have this like woods near us, like near a bridge, and we used to like go through the woods thinking we're trying to discover something.
Yeah.
But we're always too scared to
Yeah.
go further, so we always got to the same
Yeah.
point.
And there was
Just
always
turn back again.
there was
Yeah.
always like that. You were scared to go in the woods because there was like that druggie that was in the woods that you didn't want to go.
Oh, we had. Well, I got
like
told by this.
homeless guy or
I
whatever.
got told this by my mum, but at the school me and you went to, Joe, there was like this. The trees. We had 2 campuses. We had Dove. Didn't we, in Trent?
Yeah.
On Dove, there was this campus and there was a massive like forest near the field, and apparently some guy dressed as Spider-Man used to hang around there. It's not even like a weird joke, but like, there used to some guy dressed as
Oh
Spider-Man
my god.
Okay.
walking around there.
Just chilling.
I don't know if it was like really malicious or like what he was
It
trying
was
to
just
do,
a bit
but
of a
He's just trying to find
nutcase.
I think
some
yeah.
kids to
yeah.
party.
He was
Find his
advertising
Spidey
Spider-Man, but
senses.
that's what my mum used to say, that some guy dressed. I think it was Spider-Man. Might be something
Yeah.
completely different,
Yeah.
but
some of the Marvel.
Because like you had no fear, did you, at that age?
Oh no, yeah, it was quite dangerous.
No
really.
fear. Like someone could have come. Like you used to like have strangers go up to you, you just speak to them.
The thing is, nowadays I think kids are more fearful.
Yeah.
Like with social media and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's kind of
We're
drilled
lucky
into
we're
you.
still here. Really, we could have been kidnapped by any.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been kidnapped by Spider-Man in the woods.
Yeah,
Never
exactly.
known
I
about
remember there
it.
always used to be a van or a blue van somewhere.
Oh, it used to sell like ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually like cigs and drugs.
But I remember we had there was a blue van that hung around our school. I remember everyone used to, it was like a rumour.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in the news. I'd never
Yeah,
saw it.
there was always like a rumour
Yeah.
around school that this blue van was like kidnaps children.
Yeah,
And
it
everything.
was like a massive thing.
But
Yeah.
like no one believed, and then one day one of our head teachers walked in and she's like, "There's a blue van rumour going around. Like if someone comes up to you in a van, don't talk to them, run home or whatever." And it was in the news, and then actually all those rumours started to not come true, but be more scared.
We had like a guy who had like an ice cream van. He sell ice cream and sell like cigs on the side and stuff. But he was
Good little business model.
Yeah, but he was a sketchy guy. But I have
Sounds
to
it
admit,
to cigarettes and ice cream.
Yeah, I did buy cigarettes off him. I have to admit, because they were cheap.
Fair.
I've never seen a van that's obviously it's a common thing that it's kind of dodgy, but I've never seen someone open the doors like, "Come in, we've got all this stuff in the back."
If someone opened that, then most kids today would run away.
No, it was like a legit ice cream van, but like he just like slipped.
It was like a code word that like knocked for 3 times, and he was like,
He's like, "Oh, what was
20
it?"
menthol.
He was like, "Oh, can I have a 99 plus one or something?"
Oh.
And he'd like slide you a couple of cigs like under the cone. It was a good. Oh, it was great.
It's something to be said though that them sort of salesmen are awesome in terms of like people who sell sweets in the backpack and in high school were
people used to become
saviour
proper like
of my
business
life.
guys. Like there was one guy at our store who used to go to the shop nearby, come back with stocks full of stuff, and then
we
have a
always-
bag full of stuff. And you'll make like 20 quid
Oh,
a
yeah.
day.
If you don't get to him by 1 o'clock, he's sold out.
Yeah,
Proper.
I remember. Yeah, there's always that one person.
Pretty illegal buying stuff and selling it on, but
No,
These people are on Dragon's Den though.
yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the early signs of a big entrepreneur.
Yeah. So like, do you remember kind of when you were in year 11? You didn't go to prom, did you, Callum?
I was on holiday, I think.
Did you
I
go
think.
to prom?
Yeah, I wasn't going to, and then I got there on the night. I was like, okay, I'm going to go now.
Did you have a date?
No.
No.
I don't think our prom was like that though. Like, not a lot of the people.
I think
remember
that
had
is
dates.
not really a thing anymore. As in, I think it's very American as well.
We
Yeah.
had a prom. It was a big deal at our school.
I don't think it's like dates. So I don't think guys go up to go and say.
Yeah. Well, no,
would you like
I
prom
was
date?
with. I had a boyfriend at the time, so that's the
Yeah,
reason
that
why
makes
we
more
went.
sense.
But I remember, like, everyone was all going in limos and stuff, and I remember these 2 girls went on the back of a tractor, which was pretty cool. But then me and my boyfriend went in his mum's car because we
full focus.
literally because we didn't book anything, but we weren't even bothered. But no, actually, to be fair, prom was actually a right laugh. Like, I put a bottle of vodka down my dress, little hit flask, and then we were smoking with teachers. Obviously, like, they were at that point you kind of could and like get away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, our prom was actually, and we had like awards. Like, there was one for like cutest couple.
I was always like prom queen.
And we didn't win it. And I'm still
wow.
angry about it to this day because we were cute. Like, well, that's what I thought.
Prom
back
was a
in the
really
day.
fun night. They had great DJs and you couldn't drink though. You couldn't drink, of course.
Oh,
of course.
you did.
Of course you didn't drink.
But you did.
Some people
still
did though.
Yeah.
Like,
We did, yeah. Well, the teacher's not supposed to know about it. Yeah, we had a
They're
prom
blind
king and
eye to it.
queen. But it was normally, I think it was like literally the head boy and head girl that got king and queen.
Yeah.
And I was like, well,
Yeah.
kind of
So there's
defeat-
quite a politics around that.
Oh,
yeah.
it was.
Sort of
There
fake.
is, yeah.
Oh, it was.
If
It
I
was
could go
rigged.
back,
Definitely rigged.
Yeah, it was definitely rigged.
Yeah. Do you remember like shirt signing day?
Oh, yeah. Like when your last day, I think it was last day like year 6 before high school.
Yeah, I've still got that in my wardrobe.
I
that-
cried on my last day of year
That
6.
shirt.
I cried.
Mine was awkward because everyone got their shirt signed, but on the way back it was raining. So everyone's shirt just melted, all the writing.
Yeah,
It was ridiculous.
My favourite thing about that was in year 6. Well, from year 3 to year 6, I had this mate. He was like my best mate ever. Best mate I've ever had. Well, as in at that point in time.
Well, we're sat next to you.
Okay, all right, okay, guys. So yeah, and we'd never have an argument ever. On the last day of the second to last day of year 6, we like a massive fallout. I was like, oh mate, this is my best mate. I'm probably never going to see him again because we're moving completely different areas. And the last day he was like, I'm still really angry with you, mate, but can we make it up? was like, oh, of course, man. And he was like, let me sign your shirt, man. I was like, oh, such a great feel-good moment.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Have you spoke to him
God.
since?
I've tried to find the guy on Facebook a million times over.
If anyone listening
Yeah.
knows Joe,
Joe Butler's.
I'm not going to
Just
say
search
whose
for-
name is, but, you know, if
search
you
for that
recognise it,
friend who
Yeah.
signed your shirt.
yeah, get in touch. Get in touch.
I love it. No, yeah, but shirt sign day year 11. I think. Did you? I think I cried.
I can't even remember it. I think we just had a big assembly
Yeah.
last day, and we had a few people who were just like trying to steal the line. We had a play.
Did you?
Yeah, there
Did we?
was like 4 or 5 people who did like drama at GCSE.
Oh,
They did like
yeah.
a mini play.
Yeah.
It was mainly just full of like running jokes throughout
Yeah.
the school and
Yeah.
calling people
I
out.
swear there was a video of teachers singing or something they showed.
Yeah, they were singing Amarillo,
Yeah.
walking down the corridor singing Amarillo. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's quite funny. Do
Yeah.
you remember
We
like?
drank it all in, so it was good.
Yeah.
Is it, I don't know if it's just my school. Did your teacher do like pantomimes, Christmas pantomimes every year? Like the teachers.
I think no, I don't think that
Really?
the drama
No.
classes put stuff on, but I
Yeah.
think that was all like you had to buy tickets for, and no one really
Oh
cared to do
no!
that.
Like pretty much every year throughout my time in high school, the teachers like around Christmas would put a pantomime on. It was
Oh,
like
that's
it was like the
pretty awesome.
highlight of the year. There was always like the teacher no one liked. There was always the baddie, and then like the fit teacher everyone thought was really attractive was like the princess. But oh, it was a right laugh. We used to look forward to it every year.
Our assemblies were so dull. It was
Yeah.
just our head teacher walking up and down.
Just general information, wasn't it?
Yeah,
About the school.
Remember we had like a motivational speaker come at one point,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and he came out twice, I think.
He was actually all right. He wasn't not too bad, the motivational speaker.
I saw it on Facebook.
Did you?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
added like all the shit. It was a bit weird, but
That's very
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
We had I remember ours was called Richard McCann. He was it was actually quite like he had a pretty sad backstory. Like I think his mum was one of the Yorkshire Rippers victims.
oh wow.
I know.
Okay.
And I know, and it was like his name was McCann. It's like, yes, you can, McCann. But
Oh.
like, he was, like, to be
Okay.
fair, like
Nice.
he was a pretty sound guy. Like he'd been through all this trauma, but and he'd come out the other side.
What was our guys called? I'll probably give him a shout out.
Was it Keith
Warren, yeah.
I think it was. I think it was.
Maybe.
What was motivational about him?
I don't think he might have been through stuff, but like he was one of the motivation ones to run in.
Yeah, he's cheating
Like,
you
get
up,
on your
man.
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah, and,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
let's-
It'd be great in the
let's-
gym. Just
Yeah,
him
it'd be-
by your side.
Yeah, like pushing him on. But I remember he was pretty cool though. He got
He was a
involved.
cool
we got
guy. He
a lot-
made some jokes. He like took the mick out of people.
in fact, we're
Not
still
like,
remembering.
You know. Yeah,
Yeah, it was quite.
it was
nice.
good. He was an alright guy.
Very good.
There was one in college that I had. It was dreadful. So yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Personally, college was not my favourite time.
I enjoyed college, but it was very. It's not like school at all.
No.
Like no one knows anyone
it's a lot
apart from
different.
your class.
Yeah.
And even in your class, you
I
don't.
liked how
Yeah.
chill college was because chill.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't. You know, if I didn't show up, they didn't send me a million
Yeah.
messages like,
Mm.
"Oh
That's
God, what's
true.
happening to something to
They
Joe?"
treat
man?"
you more like an adult.
Yeah.
So I went to sixth form and college.
Oh, did
so
you?
Weird.
Yeah.
And when I went out to sixth form, they still treated you like you were in year 11.
Because was it like attached to the school?
Yeah, it was the same.
Right,
part of
yeah.
stuff. So they treated you like you're still. You had to go to assembly still, and it was
Oh.
like
Yeah.
if you want to be, if you're ill, they'll ring your mum and stuff like that. And then at college, like you to text in.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
You
Miss it
text
or
you-
miss out. That's what ours was called.
Yeah, we had to text our like personal tutors we had.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I
I
went
still
to
remember mine.
yeah, I went to 2 colleges. Literally, the college was next door to the school. So like, I went to one for 1 year, didn't really like it, and then went to one the year after. So I went to uni like 2 year later than I should have done. But yeah, that last college I went to, it was quite small. And there was just like one class because we did creative media. Oh, it was such a laugh. Like
College was always a
yeah, like that college. The first one I hated, but this one, oh, I made some really good friends there, and like I learned quite a lot about like me as a person.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
when you become an adult at college.
Yeah,
Apart from people that go when they're like 35 and
Oh yeah, we had a few. We had 2
Yeah.
people in our class who were like, when we were at 35, they're like 26 or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, that's
But-
a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, but they had to obviously like pay for it and everything, so they were taking it like proper seriously. But like, I think that's always strange about college is the amount of people you don't know that are in your class.
yeah.
That's what I found. Like there was only like a set amount of people that I knew.
Yeah,
Some people I don't even know
Yeah.
their names. They just sat in the other room or the corner.
yeah.
It was just really,
the occasional like look at you.
yeah. It was just very spread out.
What I liked about college the most was when on lunchtime you could just go into town.
Yeah. we
Oh
used
yeah,
to
whatever
go
you
to
want.
town.
Because our college was based in our like town centre.
Yeah, ours was
Yeah,
as well. We used
so
to go
awesome.
Mackey's.
There was a pub opposite as well.
Yeah.
To a few pubs actually.
Oh yeah,
was.
we used to go
Was,
to the
yeah.
pub on a lunchtime sometimes. There was this one pub like when we were like 17, so not old enough to drink, but there was this one pub that used to like not ID you, and we used to go in there.
I remember one of my mates who I was with on my class, I won't name him, but he went to the Spoons like really close to us, and on his break, and they only had a break for an hour, but he'd only just turned 18, and he had about 4 or 5 beers in an hour, and he came back
a different person.
Yeah, he came back the second half of the lesson, and he was just shouting, and it was just it was so obvious that he was drunk,
Yeah.
but I had to like keep him calm because I sat next to him. He was just drawing more and more attention to himself.
God.
Do you remember the
that's
first
great.
time you ever got drunk?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had alcohol, but I don't remember the first time I actually like took it to the next level of being drunk.
Yeah. All right, Joe, tell me your first drunk. Were you old enough to be drinking?
Yeah. I was. I used to play pool back in the day, like the game with cubes and stuff.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
common.
So we went to this tournament down south. Yeah, down south. Right by the sea. Absolutely freezing. Horrible. Staying in a caravan.
Ugh.
Dreadful. No central heating. Worst experience ever.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
I just turned 17 at that point, so I'm bringing beers with me. So I'm getting absolutely hammered at this pool event, which I'm supposed to be. I'm playing for my county, so I should be taking it seriously, but I'm bozz-eyed. Anyway, so the night happens. I'm walking back to my caravan and I literally fall over, hit my head on a wall and blank myself out.
Oh my God.
So these guys, obviously my mates are carrying me home on their back. And then I kind of weed myself on the sofa.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's a horrible story.
that's
yeah.
rank.
But I woke up the next day absolutely fine. So
I'm
that
surprised.
goes to show when you're younger you can hack it a lot more.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely, that's true.
I can't remember the first time I got drunk, but I remember the first time I attempted to get drunk. So I was like, I remember there was one beer, Coors Light, was for some reason the beer that I liked. I don't know why.
Of course it was.
It was just that was a terrible joke.
Awful.
But it was the first beer I probably liked, and I remember. Oh, it sounds so tragic, but we had a camping party in my mate's backyard.
Camping parties are not tragic. They were not
in the back garden.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
wait, that's a bit tragic.
Like everyone, if you go to the toilet, you go to literally the toilet. It's not in like I remember we got like someone's older brother to get us loads of alcohol, and I wanted loads of Coors. So I was like, oh, I love it. As soon as I had one, I was like, I can't stomach it because obviously beer's quite horrible at first.
Yeah.
You don't like beer.
No.
But like you have to get used to having beer. So I remember having it, and bearing in mind I just paid for about 10 bottles of beer, and I couldn't stomach the first one.
Jeez.
And that was the first attempt to get drunk.
I remember
Never really happened.
kind of when you're younger, when you're trying to get drunk, I feel like after one or two, you get yourself in the mindset of being drunk,
Yeah.
and you're a lot more.
Everyone gets a bit hyper.
Yeah.
I remember, we used to. I sound like I had a tragic childhood here, but we had another camping party on a golf course somewhere. I can't remember where it was, and everyone had loads of drinks then. I remember the first time I probably got drunk then was because of vodka.
Oh,
So obviously,
yeah.
you drink beer and it's not as strong.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have vodka and Coke, you think, oh, I'm going to have this glass of vodka with a bit of Coke in it rather than the other way around. I remember having it like a few sips, and then I moved my head from side to side, and it was a lot slower than before.
Mm-hmm.
You used to love vodka, you did. Proper.
Yeah.
You used to have a proper thing for vodka.
That was again very tragic. I used to have this thing.
Yeah. The technique.
Oh,
It was called the Riley Special.
The
Yeah.
Riley Special.
Well, it was the Callum Special at one point, but it just turned into a Riley.
Tune out 18-year-olds. Don't listen to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Disclaimer.
I used to have get a 2-litre bottle of Coke, usually like the cheap Coke as well, so it was like a cola or something from the shop, and then buy vodka as well. It used to again be cheap vodka, like Brian's vodka or something like that.
Oh,
I don't think it was actually called Brian's vodka.
Brian's vodka.
like Tesco's own.
Yeah, and then we used to go to our friend's house and tip like pretty much a litre of the Coke away, which is really
Yeah.
rip off. I would not do that again now. And then fill the rest of the bottle up with the vodka.
That is vile.
Shake it, and then
That is vile.
let you drink for the whole night. This 2-litre bottle of
How
vodka
did you
and
not
Coke.
die?
I don't know.
Oh, some of the states I've seen this. Boy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Not good.
I
It
think,
wasn't.
Yeah.
But we used to have a friend as well. Cause it wasn't just me that did it.
Oh no, of course.
She used
yeah.
to do it as well. So we had like a 2-litre bottle of vodka between us. Well,
That's disgusting.
vodka and Coke.
think the
It was
first
disgusting.
time I got drunk, I was under it. I was 15. It was at my sister's 21st.
Nutter.
I know, I was mad at. My sister's 21st. She'd hired out this pub down south, and my mum was like, "Right, you can have a Smirnoff Ice, and that's it." I was like, "Right, okay." I had that, felt fine. Next minute, because at this point my sister had just come out as gay, so
Yeah.
like all like her lesbian friends were there. Started giving me shots of vodka, and I was just
Oh,
shotting
no.
vodka in the toilets with lesbians, basically. I know. And then
Sounds fun.
the barmaker was like, "Right, you got to stop him from drinking, otherwise they're gonna have to close the party down."
Well, they
So-
knew you were drinking.
Yeah, they knew, but they thought they came up to me and was like, "You can't let her drink anymore, because otherwise, you're gonna have to like all leave."
Yeah, they'll like, lose the license. if they
Yeah,
find something.
literally. Because I was only
Especially because you're 15.
I was only
Maybe if you're
15.
17.
No, I was
17, they'll probably get a
15.
leeway, but
So I remember I was texting my then boyfriend, thinking I was that drunk, thought I was texting my boyfriend. In fact, I was texting my stepdad, who wasn't there, and he
Oh,
was like,
no.
he was fuming. Like, my mum was like, "Why are you letting her drink?" She's like, "I didn't know she were drinking." And then I remember my dad was there as well, and I was going back with him to his hotel because I was going to visit him, going up to his house in London the next day. Mum was like, "Just give her 2 of these paracetamols and she'll be fine," because my dad doesn't drink. But yeah, I was absolutely wrecked. And to be fair, I don't remember having that bad of a hangover the next day.
handovers, they've got so much worse since I've got older. Since
Well,
I turned 21, like,
Yeah.
21, yeah, that's the sort of age where you just die, man.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you have 2 years or 3 years when you turn 18 to just go mad
Yeah.
with handover free mainly, and then suddenly you wake up one morning, you can't breathe, can't see.
That being said, though, I've got a friend where I live, and he gets in the most ridiculous states. It's unbelievable.
yeah.
He's 23 years of age. He gets in the most ridiculous states ever. He's always the most drunk on the night out. So if we're out somewhere and we get a hotel somewhere, I wake up in the morning absolutely dead, and I've not even had the biggest night.
Yeah.
And he just wakes up, he's already had breakfast, 3 showers and a bath.
yeah,
It's like proper hyper.
They're the worst
Like, come on,
people.
boys, get up. It's 8:30 in the morning, mate.
yeah. People who don't get handovers annoy me because they're always the ones that, like you said, get most drunk, always up for it again, and it's like,
Bro, calm down.
I just want one day where all the handovers come into one,
Yeah.
and just
Oh,
completely,
write him off.
yeah.
Do you remember your worst drunken experience?
I don't know if I can even tell it.
Come on.
It's bad. I'll
I mean,
I'll
you
tell
just
you
told us
another
about
one.
how
I'll
you
tell
wet
you another one.
yourself, so what can be worse?
I think there's worse.
No, I'm not gonna tell it. It's bad. It's not a good one. It's not a good one.
What, is it illegal?
In some countries,
It's a mixture of extreme weirdness. I'm quite weird when I'm
Yeah,
drunk.
you
Quite
are.
weird normally.
Yeah.
you can say. Well, you can't really say it now. Yeah, it's like have you seen Davin and Stacey?
Yes.
You know that they're on about this fishing trip. Mm-hmm. There was always, I know it's the same story that I'm talking about with Joe. But there was this trip that Joe had to an unnamed place.
Okay.
No one
Yeah.
really knows what
Before.
happened, but
I think I'm
Right.
aware of this story, but not to the fullest. So
Yeah.
tell us another one that's not as illegal.
yeah.
Most of them were all like when I was younger. These days, nights out don't do anything for me. So, I'm trying to think.
Mine's 21st, probably mine.
Yeah.
So that was an event.
Oh, of course. Yes, I was there. I was going. Oh yeah, I
You were
was
there,
for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So Callum's 21st was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
one of the worst dates I've ever seen of him. He decided he was going to drink a full litre of vodka before
I
he
did.
went
That's
out.
why I was weird. I did the actual Callum special. I brought it back
he
for my
did the
21st.
yeah.
The return.
We were in this
Return, innit?
dingy little flat that we used to live in first year, because me and Callum lived together since first year. And it was all first time we ever met all of Callum's mates from home. Actually, no, it was second time actually.
Yeah, they've
We'd
been up
met them.
before.
Yeah, second time, but we were all together. He decides he's going to drink all this vodka. And then
Everyone's looking on, watching me do this. No one's saying that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Callum, put
Yeah.
that down.
no,
You know, think about this.
But
No, everyone just
we
cheering
thought
me on.
you'd be fine. And we managed to get you out. And then we tried to get him into one club. Didn't let you in. You went round again with our other friend, and they let you in, but then she had no money.
Yeah,
Which
quite
was,
proud I got in.
Yeah, it was very weird. Then we went to another club, and he managed to get into that one.
Obviously.
Yeah, went to the bar, fell over. He
Yeah.
literally it took our friend's hammer with his hand. The handbag was hanging off his
Still
finger.
got a mini scar.
He's still
for
got a
that.
scar. And then we went to the other floor. I spent 20 minutes queuing for a drink. I got there. He knocked it out my hand. And then I think at that point, I think I wasn't even that drunk. Like, I was just done. And I just went and started crying in the toilet. So I was like, oh, he's such a twat. I hate him. Oh. And then our friend had a panic attack.
Yeah, it all happened.
It all happened this night. I fell in a panic attack and we all went outside and you're trying to cover me like, no, you leave her alone. No one likes you. Like, I tried to push you out the way. It was pretty bad. And then the climax of the evening,
the main event.
We were walking back through the university campus. Joseph pushed Callum into a lamppost.
I didn't push him. I
remember what happened. I was walking, stumbling, it's probably a better word.
Yeah.
And I would have collided with this lamppost if it weren't for Joe. But Joe tried to push me away from the lamppost, but instead pushed me from behind and kind of pushed me towards it. But missing it, but also grazing my head at the same time.
Sometimes the worst ones.
We thought you were fine. Next minute, he's like, guys, am I bleeding? We're like, nah.
Yeah, no one believed me.
Turn around, there's blood pissing out his face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, full on. I've got a picture. It looks like someone's beaten him
He was
up.
fine, though.
I was happy I didn't hurt.
That's
it was
weird,
a tiny
though.
cut in the end
But
as well.
it spouted loads. I think that's why we all got so worried, because there was a lot of blood.
Yeah, so little cut, ambulance came.
Technically, I did not ring the ambulance. Yeah. It was somebody else who rang the ambulance. And then, at this point, I was still annoyed at you. I didn't care that you were cut. And then I had to ride in the ambulance with you, and I was in a right mood with you. So I was talking to the ambulance guy who was from Harrogate. We had a right good chat. And we got you to hospital, and the nurse thought you were on drugs. Because your pupils were huge.
Like, she was drug testing me, and I was like, no, trust me, I'm not on drugs.
I'm just steaming.
Turns out I'd sobered up like that, but sobering up.
And then, because you had to have one of them ECGs.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, right, put a gown on. I was like, right. He's like, is this your boyfriend? I was like, no, it's my housemate. So I'm going to leave the room. I come in, he's there with it on back to front. And if he hadn't had boxers on, I would have seen everything.
I
had to basically dress you.
I've not been in
night.
hospital. The only time I've been in hospital like that before was when I had an operation on my hand, or wrist.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to put them on. There's not a sign. There's not a tutorial.
But it was. Then you had all these stickers on you, and I'm just sat there trying not to laugh because this nurse is just looking so annoyed at you.
Yeah, it annoyed me. Just like I'm guessing they have people who are loud.
Yeah, you were
knocking
pretty
things
quiet.
over, who are rude. I was just quiet. Just let her do her thing, and she just treated me like I was just.
She was probably annoyed at you because she thinks you're a typical old, guy who's. Well, you shouldn't even have been there in the first place.
Oh yeah, it's
really.
fair.
Yeah,
that was probably it was a Saturday night late. She probably was.
But it honestly, it just looked so bad.
Yeah,
there was so much blood.
A cut the size of a paper clip.
There was so much.
That's a good.
And then the funniest part was you're on this bed.
Quite a big cut, that.
Yeah.
You're on this. The best part of it was you're on this bed, you get wheeled out, she literally just throws you into the side of the wall and was like, right, get dressed. Was it like a broom cupboard you got dressed in?
Yeah, cause it was pitch black and I was trying to get changed and literally the brooms kept on falling on me. So I was trying to hold them up whilst I was
That reminds me of that
changed.
scene in Spider-Man 2, when he's doing that pizza.
Oh, and he's getting the pizza, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
It was.
I remember the nurse just turning around saying, I fucking hate Saturdays.
Yeah, she was not happy.
She wasn't having none of it. And then, I loved it though because our housemate just came along for the ride, didn't he?
Yeah,
and
one of my friends. You didn't come for the ride.
Yeah, considering you
Seeing you were a culprit.
That was I went with the other guy, my other mate.
Yeah, and
I was like, he's going to be fine. He's with this girl and everything. So,
one of them fell asleep on the hospital floor.
Yeah,
that was quite weird.
I think even though that 21st was a disaster of a night,
it was memorable.
The most memorable. I think there's not a lot of nights I can describe, but literally all the events that happened in order.
Yeah. Apart from, I think mine and your 21st are up there.
Yeah, a lot of things happened on both of those nights.
A lot of things.
Do you remember
happened.
that night when we were 18 with that girl, and we literally came out about 2 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get home till about 6 because she was in such a bad way that we couldn't get a taxi because she refused.
Oh, and she was like, it was in
awful.
Derby, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's freezing cold.
Yeah, and we were sat on this bench, and she felt like she was going to be sick.
Yeah.
But she couldn't be sick.
Yeah.
So she didn't want to get any taxi. It's like a 20-minute ride home.
Yeah, probably about 20 minutes.
Cost about 50 quid. But she didn't want to get in this taxi because it was like she was scared of being thrown up. And we were literally there. Like, I'm not even joking.
It was hours.
Hours.
It was bad.
People would like finish their nights out, gone to McDonald's, and came back before we'd even moved.
How did you manage to get home in the end?
Well I don't know, was it you or me that came out with a great scenario?
I think it was me. I remember everyone hugging me when it worked.
Yes, it was you, yeah.
So I basically said to her, just as a common trick, just stick your fingers down, quite grim, stick your fingers down your throat and hopefully you'll be safe. And because we've been waiting this long, I just randomly said it. She did it straight away. everywhere, quite grim.
Oh.
I was the happiest man alive.
Literally,
That's sick.
Everyone was buzzing. Everyone was hugging me,
Yeah.
saying well
At that
done.
point, we had loads of like street pastors around us. I don't know what you
Yeah.
So was
yeah.
it quite like a big group of you?
No,
Or
there
just
was
you
only-
two?
It grew after a while. I was trying to get this girl to.
yeah. There's 3 of us to begin with, but we
Yeah.
started making friends, and
Yeah.
they left, and then
Yeah.
like everyone came and went.
Yeah.
Good, you had that support around there.
yeah, but like,
Yeah. There's a lot of people that came up to us like, "Oh, is she okay?" and stuff like that.
and they all like looked at us a bit funny, like, "What are you doing with this girl?" And it's like,
Yeah,
"This
2
is our
blokes and a
friend."
girl.
Yeah, so
Bit
we're trying to
weird.
help her, you know.
We're trying to help. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not
Looks a
dodgy.
bit, yeah. Did you manage to get her in a taxi? In the end.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
She
she's
used
not
to be
still
very.
there.
She used to be very notorious for just getting into.
She was the
ridiculous
same
things.
girl that used to do the Callum special tactic with me.
She just didn't like
Yeah.
it.
So me and her used to always get in the.
One of Callum's prodigies.
Yeah, she's my
Prodigies.
apprentice.
Apprentices.
Yeah, so she was always on the same level as me, if not worse.
So what we're going to talk about next time?
I don't know.
It's,
It could be anyway. It's
We've
pointless.
covered alcohol
Yeah.
a bit too much.
yeah, we can't ever
Yeah.
mention that
Yeah.
ever again.
Never
Otherwise,
again.
people are going to start thinking, "Do we need help?"
These guys.
Intervention.
Intervention.
I
Yeah.
think we can talk about a hell of a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Well, we're all just a bit weird, aren't we?
I think we touched on today like the difference between boys and girls, like growing up wise.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to go down that route.
Yeah. Because next time we'll have another girl in here, hopefully.
But yeah,
So-
hopefully, so to be double team.
I know. I'm just here like, yay for the girls. But yeah, absolutely. But I've had a good. It's Joe. It's your first time podcasting. How's it been?
Yeah, nerve-wracking, but I enjoyed it. It's been good.
I think the first 5 minutes were a bit difficult, and then we just kind
We
of
just didn't. We couldn't shut up, could we?
kind of just forget that you're being recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just like.
I can't wait
shut up.
now for us to find out that this hasn't been recorded.
Yeah. That was.
And
well, that's, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
been
could you
speaking.
imagine? I'd be fuming.
I hope it has.
yeah. So how do we end this thing?
I don't know. I
We
think
just say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sing,
Goodbye,
sing
yeah.
the goodbye song.
What's the
No.
goodbye song?
No, no.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye from Alisha.
me.
Goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye, guys.
Adios.
Bye-bye.